Welcome, everyone. This is Michelle Oliver, and I am so excited to be here today with a very special group of people. I'm here today with Carol McCown, who is the CEO of Raise Global, which is a very powerful purpose and mission driven business. She's going to share a little bit about the business. And I'm also here today with Evan McCown and William Long, who are going to discuss with us a brand new collegiate ambassador program which Raise has launched. Carol, could you share just a little bit about Raise Global with us, please?
I would love to. RAISE means Responsible Alliance and Social Enterprise. And it was formed out of a dream that I had about 10 years ago that basically said, you know what, if there are companies out there who can provide food or sell food for a profit or create electricity or we can drink pure water, then why isn't that available to every person on the planet? So, in the last 10 years, I've spent my life meeting with very smart innovators who have come up with innovations in all types of areas, including health related innovations, food, non GMO, organic food generation, water purification technologies, housing, renewable energy, energy efficiency technologies. And what we do is we take these innovations and we take a holistic approach and we'll look at any corporation, any community, any country for that matter, and help them come up with an approach that makes sense to them, that utilizes these various technologies that are available to us to create a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment. Raise in a nutshell.
Excellent. So, as I understand it, part of your vision for Raise is to make sure that you are empowering the next generation so that they can also be part of this mission to really make a powerful difference in the world. And this is how the Raise Collegiate Ambassador Program was born. So, Evan, could we start with you? Could you share a little bit about who you are and maybe share a little bit about what the program is?
I went to the University of Georgia for 2 years. I'm now currently working full time. Um, as for the program itself, um, it's really just about connecting with students across the country from different universities, as well as health and safety personnel within the school, and really learning from them as well as teaching them a few things. So understanding, what's going on within different universities, whether that's somewhere in California or somewhere across the world, is really our main goal. And then bringing them along with us to possibly do some mission work involving, water in places that may need them, or electricity, things like that.
Mhm.
So it really interests me, and I'm excited to get to meet the students as well as the health and safety personnel within the universities.
Okay, so your focus is similar then to Raise, right? It's sustainability, health, safety within the university community. Is that correct?
Correct.
And how did this start? I mean, this is your mom's company. So did you initiate this?
So it was initially my mom. She thought of the idea, and Will and myself came to her, and we both agreed that the idea was valid, and we liked it a lot, and we really saw a purpose behind it. Raising up the next generation to understand these issues that are happening within universities is a very big deal, and bringing them along with us and everyone kind of learning together to help understand different problems that are happening within universities is a very big deal.
It is absolutely a very big deal. And my question to you, William, Could you share a little bit about why would you get in? It's not just a very big deal. This is a huge undertaking, right? So you're going to university, you're working, you're young. You both must be in your 20s, I'm guessing. And William, maybe you could share a little bit. Why would you commit your time and energy and effort to this project?
Yeah, Michelle. And so I'm a student at Georgia State University, and Evan and I have been friends for a while now. And when I initially got started in college, my interests were in professions like finance and real estate. And I'm still somewhat pursuing that, but I was really looking for somewhere where I could apply my interests to industries or some way that had more of a social impact. And I remembered one summer when Evan worked with his mom, meeting with different schools about raised energy. And so a light bulb sort of went off in my head about a possible opportunity. And so I went online and started looking up what raise was. And I discovered that it's much, much more than just energy. And I spoke with Carol, and I learned about some of the many things that she's involved with. And it just seemed like everything I was looking for, because I wanted to learn about industries that have a lot of social impacts, like renewable energy and sustainability and health. And what better place to start than at my own university? And even though it's not the biggest impact, it still counts. And I think that's what I'd say to anyone who's looking to have an impact on their community in a positive way. I think this is a really cool opportunity to do that and learn about these industries and what Raise is doing to bring solutions.
No, that's great. So I was just going to ask, so as a student, if I were a student at the university, how would I get involved and what does this mean? What would my involvement be?
Yeah, so we are looking right now to roll this out in Georgia. So there are already some public health clubs on different campuses. So we think that going to them for possible nominations or a possible ambassador to come and join. And like Evan mentioned, it would really be a liaison between the university and Raise, while also learning from Raise personnel and university facilities directors throughout the whole process, and also being a part of the network that we're looking to build of like-minded college students.
I'd like to add to that.
Yes, please.
So students often, I would assume, would have questions. What could I do within the company with my major? And it's not just energy efficiency and sustainability. We would have marketing positions where you could learn from our marketing team or our sales team. Whatever interests you, there's a place for you here with the program. So that's honestly, to me, the most exciting part, is that it doesn't matter really your background or what you're interested in. There's always something here for you.
So it sounds like you're building an entire community that is purpose driven. I mean, you're addressing some huge pertinent issues on the planet. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of those? What are those areas that you're addressing that people might find, they want to be a part of that?
Sure. So, for example, one of the main things that's happening right now is Legionella within universities, and it can kill you. It's very harmful, and so that's more along the side of health and safety. And meanwhile, on the other side, there's the sustainability factors. So, the energy you're using through your HVAC systems, or the electricity within your lighting within the school. There are solutions to that will save the school itself money over time and is also healthy for the environment. So there's win-wins within them.
So you've got a combination of education. Is that correct? You're educating not only the students, but also the universities. I'm guessing a lot of people kind of are aware of the need overall, but they're busy with their lives, right? They're going to school, they're not really thinking about this. So what is your plan for, how does that work? I'm just curious, how do you educate the university students as to how they can get involved?
Right. So it goes two ways. I would say we would be educating them, but they would also be educating us with some of their ideas, some things that they have going on within their school. Obviously, this is a new program. We're just starting. We know some things, but we're here to learn as well. And I think that's the important thing, is that we're here to collaborate, not so much give them solutions, but perhaps learn from their issues so that we can come to a solution.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I know that I've heard examples where the students have actually become aware of issues within the university environment. And there is a growing awareness about health, the quality of our water and the quality of what we're putting into our bodies.
Mhm.
This is becoming more widely spread. So we're taking more responsibility. And I love that you're wanting to collaborate, because as that education gets out there and people are ready to take responsibility, they also want to impact the overall environment. So what I hear you saying is they can come to you and say, hey, we're aware of this issue at our university. What is the best solution, or what are our options? Because nobody's doing anything about it. People are busy dealing with a lot of issues right now. So I love that you are collaborators.
To add to that, well, there's two things actually. One is, in the very beginning with the vision for Raise, I knew that this was a multi-generational, long-term mindset. How do you add purpose into the DNA of anybody's business life? Like Evan said, whether you're a marketing person, whether you're a salesperson, whether you are working for a large corporation like a Coca-Cola, or you're doing real estate, our goal is to help the next generation get in their mindset that having a purpose in working with making sure that we have a holistic approach to our world and our environment and all of that is super important. So if we can start bringing these mindsets among students and use your talent as a student where it is, so that when you leave that university and you go to your next career choice, whether it's with Raise Global or with Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, or the Atlanta Braves, to pick our top corporations here in Atlanta, UPS, yep, Atlanta Braves, you have this mindset, like, what can I do within my corporation to make a difference? Our goal, overarching goal, is to add purpose to the DNA of every corporation that's out there that we touch, every university that we touch, add purpose to the DNA, because we've got to start making changes in the world to make our world a better place. We no longer can have water in the city of Atlanta that, if you measured it, has toxins in it, and guess what? It does. And our university students are drinking it right now. And so we have solutions for that. We can start at the university. So that's number one. Any talent we'll bring, they can come in, awesome. We'll let them come in. We'll work together. We want to hear what they have to say. And another thing that we want to talk about is, there are resources at this university. There are students who could study, for example, the water.
Mhm.
They're trained up. There's scientists at that university who could study the water. There are business classes who could create business models around sustainability for water. There are marketing classes that could do that. There are engineering classes who could engineer, guess what, new types of filtration systems and take what we know and make it better. Our job is to make sure that the next generation behind us isn't living in the same environment that we have today. Business as usual does not work. And these kids are willing to step up to the plate and start bringing other people into our environment and bring other people so that we can get the dialogue going. It's about conversation. It's about awareness. It's about innovation. It's about setting things up for not only my kids, but my kids' kids for 3 generations. And that's what this program is all about, and why these guys have stepped up to the plate to start bringing people in to be part of it. It's very exciting for me. It's almost as exciting as anything that I am working on, because you can't do it at all. You've got to start preparing the next generation. And every solution that we might bring to with will into Georgia State University is going to add value to the well-being of every student, every faculty member, every person that steps foot on that campus. But not only that, but it's a value added because it's going to save them money in the long run, and they're going to benefit from it in more ways than one, because we don't do anything that doesn't make sense from a business standpoint too. It's going to make sense, or we don't do it. If it's going to cost 20 years for the product to actually make sense in that environment, it doesn't work. So the solutions that we bring to the table are product agnostic.
Mhm.
And also, we want to listen to ideas. We intend to run competitions with students to come up with ideas. We intend to go on mission trips in the summer so they can see what the problems are in third world environments. We're not very far off from third world environments right here in the United States sometimes, in some instances, when it comes to purity of water or use of electricity or blackouts because there's not enough electricity or there's not enough water. We're not that far away from what's happening with people that don't have any water at all. So that's why I love this program so much. And I love the fact that these kids are stepping up to the plate to sort of be the liaisons. The way it's going to work is we're going to start reaching out to universities. We're going to ask universities to nominate students who would be part of our program. We're going to reach out to sustainability clubs and other clubs on campuses, have students fill out questionnaires to see if it's something they might like to do. In some cases, at some universities, we believe that they'll be able to get internship credits. At some universities, we may be able to get funding for certain work on certain technologies. We're working right now with the University of North Dakota to try to start them developing some stuff under our health brand, ProtectX. We need new ideas. We need new people stepping up, and we need people to quit talking about what they should do. Who is they? They should be doing this. They should be doing that. Who is they? The next generation needs to be we. We need to be doing this. And that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Just wow. So Raise Global is not only about innovation and sustainability within all of these environments, but also with education. Because when you have a reason to learn, I love what you're giving the young people. When you have a reason to apply marketing, when you're so passionate about a message and you know it's going to affect your immediate environment and when you leave and the next generation and on, your friends, your family, your kids, all of a sudden you are much more motivated to be really good at it.
I think so.
Right. So that applies to every piece of education, because often, and even the education system right now is shifting, and people are asking, why? Should I even pursue a degree? Is this information relevant? So it sounds to me like you're also inviting the college students to take responsibility for their own education, to really embrace what they're learning and apply it to a mission and a purpose. And that's what I hear you saying. I don't know if that's true,
No,
but I
it
think
is
that's
all about the
very
why.
exciting.
Why do you even exist? It is about the why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what Will was saying earlier. Like Will's like, right? Well, I was involved in real estate and I'm like, why am I doing this? I want to do something that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, well, how do you do that? So if we can start instilling on college campuses this mindset that the why matters, the why matters. It matters. If it doesn't matter to me, then I'm not looking after my granddaughter. If it doesn't matter to them, they're not looking after the next generation. And I honestly believe it means more today than it's ever meant, ever, ever. We have a bunch of mindless people walking around. You know, I'm thinking about the fraternity party, nothing against the fraternity party, but there is more with it. We've got to take control of what is going on in our world.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be responsible for it. And, well, what I was going to say, Will, I would love for you to just tell her a little bit about the class that we were talking about classes. And he's like, oh, I don't know about these classes I'm taking. And then we started talking about them. How have they ended up relating to this why now after we started thinking about the why?
Yeah,
that would
so
be
I
great. Yeah. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
was
Sorry.
telling her I'm in this class at Georgia State. It's an elective class. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, but it's called entrepreneurial thinking.
Mhm.
And it's all about what it sounds like, starting a business and analyzing a business plan. And one of our major projects this year has been to create some sort of business surrounding one of the 16 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Which are things like sustainable infrastructure, clean water, energy, recycling, plastic waste, all issues that Raise would touch, or mostly. And my group ended up choosing clean water, which is an issue that's been top of mind at my university and in the city of Atlanta. And so essentially, we came up with a product, two products actually, that would address water contaminants and ensure clean water within universities. And the university was our main client that we were theoretically pitching to within this class. And so it's so cool to see how that timing just works out with joining this Raise collegiate program and then some of the classes I'm taking at Georgia State. And it's been really educational to look more into these issues and how it affects the different parties.
Very exciting. And what I love about it is it's not just the idea. So you've chosen to execute on the idea. And that's a rare thing. That's what entrepreneurship is all about, right? Taking that leap into the actual execution of a brilliant idea and then marrying it with someone who already is maybe doing that. So this is such an exciting program. Thank you so much for sharing. Evan, do you want to share a little bit? Do you have some other things you'd like to share with our audience?
There was just one thing I was going to add on to something that you said about entrepreneurship. And that was one thing that we were looking for students at college campuses. It doesn't have to be an interest or a very strong desire to start your own business one day, but it is entrepreneurial. It is an entrepreneurial role. And, whoever it is will be sort of relied upon to reach out to their university and to get engaged and to create awareness. But it's so cool because you're also in this network with other people doing the exact same thing. So while it is very entrepreneurial, it's also a team effort.
And I can't reiterate enough, everyone is welcome. There's so many opportunities we have here that you can be a part of, marketing, management, sustainability, health and safety. It really doesn't matter. There's something for everyone, which is my favorite part.
It's tremendous. You're addressing every issue that everyone is asking about. Why, who, and what. It's like, why am I doing this? How can I really contribute? Do I have to do it alone? No. Do I get to be free and independent and purpose-driven? Yes. Is there a community to support me? Yes. This is what entrepreneurial types of people are looking for: a reason and a vehicle and a community. And this is really, really, I am so excited for you. It is such a noble effort and very viable and timely. So how can they reach you? How would you like people to reach out to you?
So we will actually be doing some reaching out ourselves here coming up shortly, but other than that, they can reach us at our website. We will have our own collegiate athletic, Raise Cap program webpage that they can go to. And, we'll have a questionnaire that they can fill out, or an application that they could fill out. So that would be the best way that they could apply, or even just want to learn more about us.
Excellent. And everyone's welcome. You're looking for anyone and everyone who is interested or even curious. Curious is the whole curiosity is usually the first step, right? So they can come to you to learn.
Yeah, that's exactly how it started with me. Just a little curious about what else I could maybe be doing, and just sort of being amazed at the massive opportunity that Ms. McCown and Raise are bringing.
Yeah, from curiosity to amazement.
It happens quick.
I love that. I mean, that's what it is. That's what
And then-
life really is. So
And then just watch out,
yeah,
because there are big things that are coming down the line. And there's one of the university students out there that's the next creator of what we need to bring to market, and we'll take it out to a global market. Or there's that person that's going to be in that big corporation, that's going to be in a meeting, that's going to go, I think we should do this because this is the mindset we need to have. And that's world changing.
yeah.
That's what's exciting about this whole thing. We're going to start with baby steps. We're going to have great times. We're going to have webinars. We're going to learn a lot. And when you walk out of this program as a senior after you've graduated from school, you're also going to have a great thing to put on your resume, because every corporation in the world is looking at environmental, social, and governance issues for the raising of capital and stock and getting loans and all of that stuff. And all of the things that we're doing are going to prep you so you'll be at the top of your game when you get ready to graduate. Not only that, but you're going to have a new heart, and it's going to be real. You're not going to be checking a box off. You're going to understand how to do it and why to do it, and why it's so important to do it. It's a good thing.
It's a very good thing. Very impressive. Well, thank you, all of you, for being here today. If there's anything else you want to add, now would be the time. But I think we've covered a lot.
Thank you again, Michelle, for sharing your time with us.
Oh, I'm so inspired and excited for you. This is a wonderful, wonderful project.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know about it and be a part of it. I'm very honored, honestly. Thank you.